What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we are reacting to Dimitri over at Grind for the Dollar. How I made $4,000 in 6 days with gig work. His full breakdown. Let's dive right into the video.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. This is going to be a very interesting format for you guys, but in this video I'll be talking about my $4,000 week, how I was able to achieve the goal, and what kind of big orders we had, how many hours we worked, how many miles we drove. We're going to all break it down here in this video. If you guys are new to this channel and just are tuning in, basically we did a $4,000 week challenge using only gig apps, and we completed it in 6 days. I used apps like Instacart, Walmart Spark, DoorDash, Uber Eats. We used Amazon Flex. I think we even did a Grubhub order. In the background, you will see me shopping a Costco order. Basically, this was done on a Tuesday after my challenge. I went out to the Costco drop and I got a $136 order. I had it recorded, but the quality wasn't that good, so we decided to record me doing another order. I came back to Costco, and this is where I'm shopping this $59 order. This $59 order had 23 items, and I was able to finish the shopping in under or around 15 minutes. So sometimes in this video, I'll be explaining what I'm doing, how I'm shopping, but most of this video is going to be concentrated on me talking about my $4,000 week and how it went down. I have a separate video recorded for every single day I worked, but I'm going to break it down also just by day, how much I earned per day. On Monday, I had a very good day. I made $743.
God damn! Excuse me for blowing out your eardrums, but god damn! Man, I miss my Instacart.
On Tuesday, it was my best day by far.
What am I doing? Have you guys ever sat there looking at your phone and look at your week, look at the last 2 weeks and said, man, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Like, honestly, what am I doing wrong?
I made over $800. I made $832 on Tuesday.
You, man.
On Wednesday, I made $642. And then Thursday and Friday, I made $620 on both of those days. I wasn't able to crack more than that. It was kind of tough trying to replicate the numbers I had on Monday and Tuesday. But still, the head start I got on Monday and Tuesday, it was enough to power through, and it was enough to get me over $4,000 on Saturday. And on Saturday, I was able to hit $614 to basically make sure I got $600 every single day of the week, which was kind of crazy. For the past couple of years, Instacart has been my number 1 app, and this week it was also my number 1 app. I made $1,397.32.
23 hours? Man.
On Instacart. A lot of those orders were big Costco orders. I did do some other grocery deliveries, but Instacart was my best app of the week, followed by Walmart Spark. On Walmart Spark, I ended up making $1,240.
That's a real good week. Really, really, really good. Man.
$4.07. I did also get a cash tip on Spark. It was $40, but I made sure to make more than $4,040 just to cover that cash tip, so we can get $4,000 just in app. That's exactly what we did. We did make $986.50 on Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex is very clutch during the holidays.
And what time is he going out on Amazon? 7 p.m., 4 p.m. Oh, he's bouncing around on the times. He took one at 8 a.m. on a Friday. It's understandable because you can make the rest of that on the back end, because $100, 8 a.m., that's a pretty good start. All right, so 6 p.m., 2 p.m. Okay, so they're all over the place. Good for him.
very good surge pay on Amazon Flex during the holidays. On any random month, any normal month, I barely do any Amazon Flex. Maybe I'll do the occasional 3:15, 3:30 a.m. route, but that's pretty much it. I don't like the miles that are driven on Amazon Flex. I prefer to do Walmart Spark. I prefer Instacart. I even prefer DoorDash in the evenings over Amazon Flex. But during the holidays, Amazon Flex is a goated app. It's a very good app to use because all the routes, they're highly compacted because they're leftover DSP routes most of the times. So I really love doing Amazon Flex during the holidays. And you can't forget about the food delivery apps that I used, making $256.37 on DoorDash, $141.83 on Uber Eats, and I even did a Grubhub orders for about $10. It was like $10.06, which was on the last day, probably in the last couple of hours of my shift. Grubhub just came in just to put itself on the board, I guess. I ended up working some very crazy hours this week. A total of 97.25 hours worked. I started off the week working at 6 a.m. on Monday and Tuesday. I worked from 6 a.m. to almost 11 p.m. Basically, I did 16.75 hours on Monday and 17-hour shift on Tuesday. For the next 2 days, on Wednesday and Thursday, I was slacking a little bit. I started at 6:30 every day. I ended up working 16 hours on Wednesday and Thursday. On Friday, I also started at 6:30. I worked a little bit more. I worked for 16.25 hours. And on Saturday, I ended up only working 15.25 hours. I had something come up. I was busy for 2 hours, so I had to take care of that stuff. But I count every single hour I'm out there. Basically, the hours work.
If you guys didn't know, he also is a dispatcher for his family's company. A dispatcher for like truckloads is what he does on the side as well. So sometimes he gets pulled away to have to deal with that. I don't know what this situation was, but that's what he does on the side. And also he buys refurbished vehicles or auction vehicles, and he fixed them up with like a salvage title, and he fixes them and he sells them sometimes. He's a hustler, man. He's a true hustler.
Are from the time I arrive at the store first till my last delivery. All the time is counted as my working time. Even if I'm sitting around waiting for an order, I'm counting that as my working time because I'm actively trying to get an order. I don't work like this every week. I've never had a shift or a week this crazy, this much hours. I always try to stick around the 40 or 50 hour mark, but this was a challenge. I wanted to push myself to the limit and see if $4,000 was actually possible in a week. This was a holiday week, of course. Money is to be made. There's a ton of orders. There's good volume. There's good orders. I'm going to try the same challenge a little bit down the road, maybe like in May, maybe in April or June or something like that. And we'll see how much we can make in about 100 hours in a week. I think the numbers are going to be a little bit lower. I think I can hit 3,000, maybe a little bit more in a week. But definitely I'm not hitting $4,000 on a regular week. In May or in April or stuff like that. This was a holiday week. That's why I was able to make this crazy money. I did drive a lot of miles, obviously, because when you make this much money doing gig work, you will be driving a lot of miles. So in total, I drove 1,599 miles, which I made over $4,000. Driving 1,599 miles is not that bad. That's $2.54 a mile. And if any of you guys are familiar with semi-trucks, how much semi-trucks get per mile, we have our own trucking business. My family has a trucking company, and $2.54 is a pretty good rate per mile for a semi-truck. And if it's a good rate per mile for a semi-truck, it's definitely a good rate per mile for a little car. So if anybody in the comments below is going to say, oh, you had a lot of expenses, what about gas? What about car maintenance? Look, I was making $2.54 a mile. That's pretty good. And even with a semi-truck, that's profitable. So if it's profitable with a semi-truck, it's definitely profitable with a small car. I don't have the exact number of how much money I spent on gas, but I can roughly calculate it since I drove 1,599 miles gas, but with a small car. I don't have the
Hold on,
exact number of how much money I spent on gas,
if you guys,
but
these things right here, if you have never tried these things right here, Lord have mercy, I tell you, it's like crack. It is crack cocaine. I'm telling you, it is crack. That stuff right there, you start eating that, you ain't never gonna stop. I had to stop myself, but it was hard. I had withdrawals for at least 2 weeks. I'm just joking. But that stuff right there, if you've never tried it, try it. It's like crack. Promise you. All right, let's get back to it.
I can roughly calculate it. Since I drove 1,599 miles, my car gets about $33 miles per gallon, and gas is about $2.70 where I fill up. So that's about $130 on gas. And when you're making over $4,000 a week, $130 in gas is pocket change. Yep. If you want to take in tires, for example, basically I change tires every 40,000 miles. Tires are about $600, and that over 1,599 miles, that will total up to like $25 for tires, which is also pocket change. If you want to add any extra expenses, maybe throw in a couple hundred, maybe $100 for like brake pads and oil change and all that. But honestly, car maintenance is not a big deal, especially when you're self-employed, you're doing your own taxes. When you're writing off the miles, you'll be making money, not losing money if you're driving in your own car. So I'm currently editing the video, and I just want
he's preaching facts.
I want to show you guys the proof that I actually made that much money. Here we go. Let's log into Amazon Flex, and you can see this is my account, Dimitri, and payments sent $986.50. Here is every single block I did that week.
He's breaking it down.
You guys can see that, and that's not.
It's so sad that he has to like break it down like this in full detail, because there's so many people that has been in his comments that I've seen that don't believe he's making the money that he's making. It's hard to think that he's making it, but you see how much work he puts in. You see the type of hours that he's working. So it's like, give the man some credit. You know what I mean? Don't just shoot him down. Oh, you don't make that money. That's not possible. It might not be possible in your market. It might not be possible for the hours that you work or the time that you put in. So you can't put that energy on people. So it's I see this and I'm like, I know this is a full breakdown video, but the only reason he's breaking this down is to please the haters in the comments. And it's sad, man, because we all do the same work. Some markets are different than others. Some people have different opportunities in their markets. So, I don't know. Leave that man alone.
$986.50. Let's add that up. 986.
All right, we ain't gonna go through all of this. We know
So don't mind that. And look, let's add that up. We are gonna go back into DoorDash. Just make sure this is my account. It is my account. Then we're gonna go into Grubhub. I'm easily $10 and Dimitri.
Yeah, that see, it's all his account. It's
here
all his
it
account.
is. 1,240.
Okay. $4,036.15 plus the $40 in cash that he said he had. I don't know if he added that in there. Most likely he did. Let's see.
$40 in cash if you want to count that.
That's
if you
crazy.
Don't want to count that, if you don't
it.
believe me, we still made over $4,000. So what are you going to say now, guys? It's all legit.
Okay, so before I even saw that, he's talking about pleasing the haters, because people are always hating. It's like, just because you don't do something, that doesn't mean that somebody else can't do something. Just because I wasn't a millionaire at 25 doesn't mean that there's not 25-year-old millionaires. It's like some people aren't able to wrap their head around the fact that other people can do stuff that they can't do. Am I looking at these numbers? Am I hating on them? I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, dang. I'm like, dang, that's crazy that he's able to make it. But I'm not sitting here jealous and, oh man, why is he able to make it and I can't make it? Come on, man. We grown adults. You don't got to be like that. Just be just look at it as inspiration as far as, you know, he has a good rating on Instacart. You know, he has a good rating on Spark. You know, he has a good rating on Amazon, probably Amazon Flex. You know, he has a good rating on DoorDash, kind of, sort of, and Uber kind of sucks. Grubhub kind of sucks. So you see the progression in the two apps that he has the best rating on are the two apps that are producing the most money for him. Some people could probably make $300 a day on just DoorDash. I can't do that because I'm multi-app. You know what I mean? So my DoorDash account isn't platinum status. You know what I mean? So it's like, just because you can't do it in your market doesn't mean that he can't do it in his market. And in later videos, once I start getting most of these videos knocked out, I'll be caught up and you guys will see that he's actually going to other people's market and showing them that it is possible in their own market. So it's like, if that man's coming to your market, what you gonna say now? It's just the fact that he's doing things that you're not willing to do, or he's working hours that you're not willing to work, you know? So leave the man alone.
That's pretty much all the proof I can give you guys. There literally is nothing else I can show you guys to prove my numbers. So yeah, we actually made $4,076 in 1 week, in 6 days. It was the craziest week I've ever had.
That is insane.
And if you guys really enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this challenge, drop a like.
Subscribe
like
to the
this
channel,
video.
man. Subscribe to the channel.
You are just watching this video, you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I got a video for every single day that I did this challenge. I got one for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was absolutely insane trying to grind every single day, 16, 17 hours. I had a lot of comments asking me, when do I sleep? I kept replying next day, because that next week, because it really was like that. I was sleeping for about 5, maybe 6 hours maximum the whole week. It was tough, but it was definitely worth it. Got a decent amount of money. My channel started to grow. I appreciate every one of you guys watching my channel. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, absolutely grinding for that money, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned. I'll be dropping a lot of new challenges. I'll be working in different zones. I'm going to try to keep you guys entertained. I'm going to try to keep you guys informed, and I'm going to try to educate you guys, or give you guys as many pointers as I can with my experience in this gig work community. I will leave a couple of comments of me doing this shopping order. I've had comments asking to show how I shop, how fast I shop, what do I do. And basically in this video, you guys can also see in the background, I'm shopping this Costco order. I got 23 items. I'm almost finished with the shopping. I'm currently in the breakfast section, just passing by the cereal. And yeah, it was a pretty easy shop, no heavy items, no hard to find items. Yeah, this is pretty much it. You see me leaving the cart right in the middle of the road, but that's because there was nobody behind me, and I only had to grab these items right at the end of the aisle, so I could afford to do that. And usually I just park my flatbed right at the end cap and go run into the aisle. There's no reason to like drag your flatbed into every single aisle, because it takes so much time. You can see another flatbed right here. It's standing. Another Instacart shopper left it at the end cap, and that's what you got to do at Costco. You don't push your cart everywhere. You leave it on the end caps. You grab the couple items you need from that aisle. You bring it back. You box it up, and you keep moving. If you guys have never done a Costco order, of course, it'll be tough the first couple of times. You don't know where everything's at. You don't know where anything is at. I've been shopping Costco orders forever, for a couple years, probably like 4 years now. I know where everything's located, and yeah, that's pretty much how I get it done. And you guys see we're already done with the 23 items. We're going to go check out. I do want to mention one thing. I was stuck in the meat department for a couple of minutes because Instacart estimated the weight to be 4 pounds per pack of meat, and they were actually more like 6 pounds average. So I had to find the ones that actually worked for the customer. That's why it took me a while for the meat. But other than that, this was a pretty simple shop. It was only 23 items, and we knocked it out in about 15 minutes. In total, this batch took me an hour and 3 minutes from the time I accepted to the time I delivered the final customer. Plus, to get back to the stores, it was about like a 15-minute drive. So it's about 1 hour and 20 minutes for the total order, which is pretty solid. That's what you try. That's what I try to aim for, $40 an hour or more. That's exactly what this batch was. Obviously, this video is so much different than all my other videos. Let me know in the comments below. Did you guys like this format? Did you like this format of video? I actually just bought a new camera. I got it for Christmas, and I'll be incorporating new angles. I'll be incorporating new shots. And yeah, stay tuned to my channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's go.
Man, awesome breakdown by Dimitri over at Grind for the Dollar. Him and Gig Dollar Man are two of my favorite gig workers, just because the format and how they shop is very similar to how I do it when I did have my Instacart. The format is very similar, especially Dimitri. Even how he grabs his boxes in the beginning, he loads them that way, and that's how he flows through the store. So that's why I vibe with the way he shops. And can I do 17 hours a day? Absolutely not. Hell no. Do I want to do 17 hours a day? If I got to make the money, I'll do it, but I don't want to do it. So for him to make $4,000 in 6 days is absolutely insane. It's a hell of an accomplishment, and it's actually really cool to see visually the amount of work that he had to do to accomplish that goal. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Let me know who you guys want to see that I do not cover. I will be covering Everyday Aiden here pretty soon. If you guys don't know who Everyday Aiden is, man, you guys are missing out. He's another shopper that's making extraordinary money that you can't even think of, and he just be chilling over there up in New York. So, but he only does really two apps, Spark and Uber. Most of the time, that's the only two apps that he has, and he's pulling in about $800, $600 to $800 a day, depending on how long he's out there working. But like I said, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe down in the bottom. We are on the road to, let's get to the first 1,000 subscribers, and we'll go from there, okay? So with that being said, like I said for the 5th time, go ahead and subscribe to Dimitri over at Grind for the Dollar. He is truly, truly one of the someone to like look at it and not hate on so much, man. Stop with all the hating. Stop. People always hating about every goddamn thing. Stop all the hating, man, and just give the man his flowers. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, Dimitri, for shooting this video and letting us see that it is possible for you to make $4,000 in 6 days. Absolutely insane. I appreciate you guys. Peace.